Hi, this is Robert with Pioneer Smokehouses, and today we're going to be using the Masterbuilt Gravity Series 1050 to do just a simple smoked and barbecue sauced pork chop. So what I've done is first I lighted my grill and heated it up to about 350, and then I lowered the temperature down to 250 because I want to start this off nice and slow. We just want to barely get them done, and then we're going to sauce them and turn them up all the way and get a little char on that sauce. So first thing I did was I seasoned my pork chops, and these are pork shoulder blades, and this is my favorite pork piece here. I like shoulder roasts and blades mostly because of the fat content. The loins, I mean, you can do a lot of great things and get a lot of good taste out of a loin, but you have to remember that a loin is really easy to dry out, so you have to be super careful with it. And I do cook a lot of stuff in my sous vide, especially like steaks and stuff, but pork doesn't seem to lend itself very well to sous vide cooking. Just something is missing, and I don't know what it is. You know, the smoker, barbecue, and a good old-fashioned frying pan are really the best way to go with these. So I lowered the temperature down to 250, which will probably give us about 255. I'm going to go ahead and put these on the middle rack so that way they can absorb a lot of smoke flavor. I have a little bit of wood in there, so I put regular briquettes on the bottom with a little bit of wood left over, and then on the top I added some lump charcoal. I'll show you that in a second here, and I'm just going to go ahead and put these two on here. So today I just seasoned these with pepper and garlic granules and some Spice Hunter Cajun spice. And I just positioned them right in the middle, on the middle shelf, nothing special. It is working, the heat's working around pretty good. I did do a little bit of testing, and it's not, there's hardly any difference on the side, on both sides on this unit. I'm not going to put in the probe, the temperature probe right now. I do have it sitting in right here, so that way when I go to use it, I can just cool it off real quick and put it in and get a real fast temperature reading. And then I'll just plug it in then. But you can't leave it plugged in, because if it goes over 300, it will error out your machine and your machine will shut off. So for the lump charcoal today, I just bought something at the local store. .100% natural Cowboy brand lump charcoal, mixed hardwoods, and it looks real good. It was a really inexpensive bag, and it's only an 8.8 pounder, so it was pretty small. One thing I like about this size is that I can pour the whole bag in there. If you have an empty hopper, you can fill the whole thing up. I did have some briquettes already in there, so this just went on the top. Okay, so we're going along really good here, and we are ready to turn up the grill and put some sauce on it. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and open this up, and then I bought these, and sometimes I make them and sometimes I buy them. These ones here are just mushrooms with some spinach leaves and a little bit of mozzarella cheese and a little seasoning on it. I just bought these from the store. If I'm gonna just do two, I usually buy them pre-made. If I'm gonna make a bunch, what I'll do is I will put spinach leaves and cream cheese in there, and a light mixed cheese like a Mexican blend or something, or even an Italian blend. Sometimes I like to do that because I do like the Parmesan in the smoker. For some reason, the Parmesan really picks up a real nutty taste. I'm going to go ahead and set this on there. I'm going to make sure that there's no cheese hanging off the edges. I like to keep all the cheese on the top. I don't want the cheese dripping down into the smoker if I can prevent it. Alright, so we are good to go here on the pork chops. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pull them down here so that way I don't have to be over top all the heat. And then, so I'm just using a store-bought barbecue sauce. This one is a sugar-free barbecue sauce, and I like to cut back on some of my sugars when I get a chance. And this one is one of the best ones I've ever tasted. It's G. Hughes sugar-free barbecue sauce, and I just picked it up at the local store. If I can find a link for it, I'll put one down in the description below. This one is the original. And I know some people like the flavored, like the hickory or the honey. Normally I don't buy flavored. Normally what I do is I flavor my own. Now I did pre-season the meat, so it does have a flavor already. I'm just going really light on this side, and there's a reason why. The same reason I made sure there was no cheese hanging off the edges of the mushroom is the same reason I'm going light on the sauce. I want to sauce both sides, but I don't want it getting all over the barbecue. I'd rather keep it light. Out of control, splashing it around a bit. Okay, so now I'm going to flip it over and I'm going to move it back just a little bit further. So the bottom side's pretty light. Okay, well, she's painted up pretty good, and I put about double the amount of barbecue sauce on the bottom there. So I'm just going to go ahead and close it. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the temperature up a little bit here. I'm going to go with about 325. Now, it could definitely go up a lot higher than that, but what I'd like to do is I'd like to set the barbecue sauce up a little bit, and then I'll turn it up even higher and flip it over on the heavier sauce side and give it a little char. I did notice that there was just a little bit of char on it, even at such a low temperature, which is really nice, and it smells really good. So I'm sure, just like always, this thing just makes some of the tastiest food that just such a clean burn. Anyway, I'll talk to you in a minute here, and we'll see how it's going. Okay, so here we are to the end. I went ahead and flipped those chops and turned up the grill up to 575. So it's pushing 565 right now. Maybe I only turned it up to 565, I don't know. But it is giving a little char on those, and you can see them. I'm just going to show you both sides real quick here. Oh, it looks nice. I'm just going to go ahead and set this one on the top. So there's that. Just going to set those aside and let them rest a minute. I'm going to let them rest just like you would with a steak for about 5 minutes. Now, if you are doing a slow smoke or a sous vide and you're not doing a sear at all, then the resting has hardly any effect whatsoever. Up here, we have the mushrooms, and I just put them up here like that, and I'm just going to try to see if I can squeeze this down here without messing up the cheese there. And I think I was successful. We're just going to put them on the bottom of the grill there, and actually I'm just going to close it for a second. So I didn't bring a knife out, but I will try to take a picture and put it right here for you so you can see. And we'll cut into these and see how they taste. They smell amazing, and again, I mean, you can look at them and there's a little juice coming out, so they are in really good shape here. I didn't temp them, and I recommend that you do. But usually you can tell pretty good from the touch test. When you touch this part of your hand right here, it gives you a really good idea on steak where you're at, and pork's just a touch firmer. So like when you're here, you're rare, and when you're here, you're medium rare, and here is medium, and here is medium well. And if you ever eat a steak like this, you're not my friend, okay? I'm just joking with you. But unless you're smoking past and breaking down the meat, any well done meat is just, I mean, it just doesn't taste very good. And it's kind of almost rubbery. So let's go ahead and pull this off. I just wanted to get a little char on it here. And I'll pull this one off first because it is a little bit smaller, and that thinner one definitely cooks faster. And now, pull that one off. And look at those. And you see around the edges there's a little bit of char on there, and I mean there was no flipping involved. So that's just, you know, from the heat, and putting them up on the top shelf definitely helps that. Now I'm going to go ahead and close this. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to set the temperature all the way up because I want to burn all that barbecue sauce off. So I turned the temperature up to 665 or 700, whatever you do. 700 is the top, and I'm going to let it blast for a minute, and then I'll turn it back off. So, like usual, links to this product and other products are down below. They are affiliate links, so if you use them, I will get a commission. But I just want to go on record as saying that everything that I have eaten off of this machine has come out great. And each time I use it, it actually gets just a little bit better. So, and my brother has the smaller machine, which you'll see in some of my other videos. And he is quite happy with it also. These things make some amazing tasting food. There is a little bit more going on with it than some of the other smokers because you have the charcoal to deal with. But once you get it going and everything, which is not hard to do, it's just automatic. And today I used some lump charcoal, which I mentioned at the beginning of the video, and I haven't seemed to notice any problems with that. So, thank you for watching the video, and I'll see you on the next shot. It's time for me to go eat dinner.